Well, welcome back, folks. Today we're not going to do too much of a workout. This isn't a workout, but typically I work at a gym called Fitness Plus on Braeside Drive in Southland in the southwest of Calgary, and they've allowed me to teach a class on Mondays called Mobility and Movement. And so today I'm going to use some of the stuff I do in that class because it's become very popular. It's a great gym. I would suggest you check it out if you live in Calgary. And we're going to do some of that today. So today is just opening up the body, lubricating the joints. We're always going to start with a breathing exercise when I do mobility because I feel that's really important to get the lungs to open the body first and get in touch with those lungs. We shallow breathe a lot these days. We're very concave and forward, and we're not really expanding our lungs. So I always like to start anything by just opening all of my rib cage, my back, everything you can open up by the 360-degree expansion of your lungs. So we're going to start with something called staggered breathing, and I'm going to snap out the tempo again like I did a couple sessions ago when I came on and we started with breathing and abs. Staggered breathing, we're going to inhale for 5 seconds and then exhale for 3 seconds. And then the next cycle we're going to inhale for 7 seconds, exhale for 5 seconds, and then we'll go 10 and 7. So we'll inhale for 10 seconds, exhale for 7 seconds. And we're really taking our time and feeling the control inside our body, how it can open with breath. So it's going to start in the pelvis, into the abs, into the chest, and even into the back of the neck a little bit. Okay? We'll lay down for this if you can. You can do this from a seated position. A little bit of onion peel there. But I like the ground because I can really let my spine relax into it, let my shoulders relax. Take that tension out of your neck, all those tensions that we hold here. Let the shoulders drop. Let them come back. I like my palms up mostly, but today I'm actually going to cry. I feel more comfortable here. It doesn't matter to me. We're just focusing on the breath work. Again, we're starting down here, opening the body up, and then controlling the exhale. The idea is to control the breath as evenly as possible through the time. Okay? So we'll start with 5 and 3. Here we go. 5, 4, 3 out. 3, 2, 1. In. 5, 3. Deeper. 2. Fill the lungs up, the chest. 1. Out. 3. Control it. 2, 1. All the way out. In. 5, 4, 3, 2. Deeper here. 1. Out. 3. All the way out. 7 and 5 now. Inhale. 7, 6, 5, 4. Deeper. 3. Control it. 2. Open the back. 1. Exhale. 5, 4. All the way out. Relax. 2, 1. 7 seconds in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Deeper. 2 in the head. 1 out. 5. Control it. 4, 3, 2. 10 and 7. Inhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Deeper. 4. Fill it up more. 3, 2, 1. 7 out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. All the way out. 2. Last time. 10 seconds in. Here we go. Control it. 10. Deeper. 4, 3. Fill it up to under the ribs. 2, 1. 7 out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Relax. We're going to start by bringing our feet together and pulling our toes back. Probably easier to see what my feet are doing without the socks. And I'm going to widen my toes. So as most of you that know me personally, I shattered my ankle about 10 years ago and they've wanted to amputate it ever since. It's been Murphy's Law the whole way through it. And these are the methods I use to keep my feet as healthy as I can through an injury like that. So I've also noticed they benefit everybody because we don't focus on our feet much. But whether you're doing a deadlift, a squat, or just walking down the street, your feet should be working properly. And most people don't have a lot of control over their feet. So what we're going to start to do is take our toes. Imagine these were my toes. And I'm trying to widen them. So I'm also trying to widen the ball of my foot right here. So I'm opening up my toes and widening my foot in this action. And I'm flexing my legs. And I'm going to open those toes as wide as I can and pull them back towards my knees as hard as I can. And I can feel my Achilles and my calves starting to get a stretch as well. I'm going to take a deep breath here. Walk my ribs away from my hips, lengthening my lower back, opening all this space where my organs sit so it can breathe and get oxygen and let digestion happen better. Widen my toes even wider and pull them back even harder, pushing through the heels, legs are flexed. From there, I'm going to take both my thumbs and put them at my hips, and I'm going to pull my chin down to neutralize my neck. Widen the toes, pull them back harder, push through the heels a bit harder. And I'm going to pull my thumbs up into my armpits with my elbows moving high, like so, with a deep breath. When I exhale, I pull my stomach down to my spine, and I'm going to push out through the heels and widen the toes a bit more. Pull the elbows up a little bit higher. Take another deep breath. Compress the stomach down. Relax. Very nice. With the chin, I'm going to lead with my chin, so I'm not looking down towards my shoulder. I'm not looking up. I want my neck to be as neutral as possible here, and just using the muscle control of my neck and all the surrounding substructures, I'm going to pull my chin as far down to the ground as I possibly can. And I'm going to take a deep breath here, widening my chest, rolling my shoulders back into the ground. Go ahead. Exhale, pull the stomach down. Pull the chin down just a little bit further. Take another deep breath, widening the chest this way. Pull the shoulders back and down into the ground. Slowly come up to center. Over to the other side. Lead with the chin, neutral. Take a deep breath, widening the chest. Roll the shoulders back and down into the ground. On exhale, pull the chin down a little bit further, get a little bit more. Again. Exhale. Chin up to center. From here, we're going to bring the knee up again. And we're just going to open up the lower back. We did this in the breath work in the ab session that we did a few days ago. And I'm going to take that deep breath, trying to widen my chest as much as I can here. I'm going to look away from my hip. I'm looking in the direction of this hand. And again, my hand is not relaxed. It's open wide. I'm reaching through it, reach through the fingers. Exhale and get a little bit more twist. Slowly come back up to center. Switch sides, same thing. Open that hand, open the fingers into the ground, reach out through the hand. Knee comes up to 90, take a deep breath. Pull the knee across the body on exhale and look in the direction of the stretched out hand. One more time. Exhale. Come back to center. Very nice. We're going to warm up our shoulders. A big problem that a lot of people have when they have neck pain, migraines, headaches, all those things, it's because their shoulders are forward and their traps are doing so much work. As soon as your head comes forward like so, which it is on a phone or ahead of you, your shoulder girdle can't support the weight of your head anymore. So your shoulders inevitably start coming up and your traps are doing work they shouldn't, and they're staying in a shortened position, not a lengthened position. They should be down here in a nice long position, and the chin should be back, a nice neutral spine. So as soon as that comes forward, your shoulder girdle is lost its structural stability. Okay? And all of this gets tight and compressed. And so people lose the ability to rotate their shoulders the way it should. So the traps are up here, and then the lats pull the shoulders down. Okay, so the back down here is just as involved in pulling my shoulders down and controlling it, pushing them back up and bringing them forward. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the ground, and once again I'm going to widen my fingers as much as I can. I'm going to straighten out my elbows if possible, and I'm going to do rotation, so I'm letting my back come down between my shoulder blades, and then I'm rolling my shoulder blades all the way down, and right here I can feel my lower lats. Middle lower lats are squeezing to pull my elbows down towards my hips, but the ground's stopping my hands from moving. Pull it down, and then push your spine between your shoulder blades again and up into the air. And I want you to round your back as much as you can here. Exhale, pull the shoulders up, let them come up towards the ears. Traps are involved, pull them back down. Keep your spine as neutral as possible, squeeze them down. Grip the floor with those wide fingers, widen them a bit more if you can. And now push the spine up through the shoulder blades again. Take a deep breath here and widen the back of your rib cage as much as you can with your lungs. Exhale. Spine comes between the shoulder blades. Pull them back down again. A deep breath on the way up. Expand your back, expand the rib cage as much as you can and push down through the heels of your hands. Extend the shoulders forward. In this position, stay here, and I want you to grip the floor with your knees and squeeze your knees together. Did you hear that pop? That was my hip. So in this position, I'm squeezing my knees inwards, using my inside of my legs to squeeze together. My psoas is engaged. Open the fingers again. Take another deep breath, curl the back. Squeeze the knees together. Exhale, let the spine come down between the shoulder blades one more time. Pull them down all the way. From this position, we're going to open the knees slightly wider. And we're going to let our hips come back into what yoga people call child's pose, I believe. And my hands are going to come forward and my hips are going to come back, and I'm just going to take a few deep breaths trying to create space in my lower back. So again, I'm trying to pull the rib cage away from the hips here. Push your hips back, look down at the ground, neutralize your neck, take a deep breath. Crawl the hands forward, push the hips back. Roll back and forth a little bit, feel your ribs opening, feel your shoulders and the joints moving around there, the humerus rolling around in the shoulder joint. Deep breath with the knees wide like this. We're going to come down to the front, slowly pushing the pelvis down. Okay, so let the knees still splay open wide. Push the pelvis forward. Take a deep breath here, pull the rib cage forward again. Open up, look up to the ceiling. I know this feels silly, but we're going to open our mouth as wide as we can here, okay? Try to bring your mouth to the ceiling, take another deep breath. Exhale and come back down, push back into child's pose. Come forward one more time. Let the pelvis drop forward, look up into the sky, open your mouth to it. Open your jaw as much as you can. You should feel that all through your jaw. Exhale, come back to a 90-90 right here. So what I'm trying to do here is come from a pretty close to a 90-degree position. My hips could be back a little bit more. And I'm not arching my back as much as I'm just letting my lower back drop down into the ground, letting my hips come up in the air. And from there, I'm trying to be as thoughtful, slow, and meticulous as I can about making rotations with my hip as far to the left as possible. And when I'm squeezing down, I can feel my hip flexors and obliques starting to work a little bit. And then I'm going to come all the way up to the top and push my pelvis forward as much as I can. Get as much arch in the back as I can. And then I'm going to roll all the way over to the right of my body as far as I can and let it come back down. Okay, so here to the left, all the way up to the right, and then back down into the arch. And we're going to go clockwise and counterclockwise. We'll go 5 rotations each way. Okay, back the other way, up, thoughtful. Exhale here, inhale here. Exhale, other way. Exhale. Let the shoulders get into it. Other way. Exhale. Back the other direction. One more time each way. Last time. Let it just sit back, open up your quads and your knees a little bit, keep your toes pointed here. Okay, we're going to get into a lunge position, get into the hips a little bit more. So I'm taking a nice lunge. I'm not too far forward here, but I am trying to keep my hips square to the front, okay? And by all means, when I'm doing this, we're still trying to think about the feet, our connection, our foundation to everything we do, basically, because we're upright beings, okay? So when I'm starting to do this, I'm already opening my foot, reaching long through the big toe, and trying to get a lot of surface area of that foot to grip the floor. My hamstring's not loose, it's engaged quite a bit, okay? I'm going to take a deep breath here and interlock my fingers, push them up above me, take that deep breath, lean back, one more deep breath here, open the chest to the ceiling a bit more. Back down to the ground. Let the pelvis come directly towards the back of the front heel. Start getting into a bit of ankle mobility as well here. Still trying to keep the pelvis pretty square. One more deep breath, get the chest out of the way. Exhale, get that pelvis to come forward just a little bit more. Okay, now we're going to get into the hamstring and the glute. So we're going to roll all the way back here. This is one of my favorite hamstring stretches. I'm still making sure to try to keep my pelvis straight and square. And I'm going to open those toes and pull them back towards my knee. If you can't straighten your knee, just do as much as you can, but try to keep the toes engaged and pulled back. They're not forward, okay? They're not loose. The foot's not loose. Feel your foot. Pull it back. Push the hips backwards. Pull it away. My heel's pushing into the ground, and I'm pulling this away from my heel. Okay, take a deep breath here. Open the toes a little bit wider. Start pulling them back a little bit harder. One more deep breath. And from this position, we're going to do ankle mobility by reaching forward as much as we can until our ball of our foot's on the ground, if possible, if you can. My other ankles, of course, I can't. But if you can, get down there, reach with your toes, and now I'm going to push my pelvis straight down, which should get to inside hamstring a lot more. One more deep breath here. Push down. Very nice. Let this roll back up into a lunge position. Okay, from here, I'm going to use this hand, put it inside the knee, and squeeze in. And from there, I'm going to bow and arrow to the armpit and open up my chest as much as I can, making as much space in my back as possible, my chest as well. I'm still pushing in, and I'm still gripping under the big toe. Take a deep breath, widening the chest. Exhale, push in with the knee a bit more. Reach back. Again. Exhale. One more time. Come back down. From here, we're going to come straight down to the ground. I'm going to brace on my right hand, and my left hand is going to come right up on my left knee. I'm going to take a deep breath to expand my spine again. And I'm going to think about bringing my belly button to the kneecap. Okay, you won't be able to, but that's just what we're thinking of, so use that deep breath. And as we exhale, try to bring your chest to the ceiling, belly button to that knee. And now push your pelvis forward just a little bit more again. You should feel that in your right hip flexors and the obliques. So as. Take another deep breath here. A little bit more twist if you can. Push the pelvis down again. Roll back into the hamstring stretch one more time, but this time we're going to grab the foot and get as low as we can, which will change where this stretch is feeling in the hamstring. One more deep breath here. Up to the top, and then we'll switch legs. Basically the same protocol. I have very limited mobility. You should have more than I do for sure. Okay? Starting at the top, square up the hips. Grip with that foot nicely, especially under that big toe. Interlock the fingers. Push them up above. Take a deep breath. Get tall, and then start opening backwards. My pelvis is tight, my glute is flexed. I'm not loose down here. This is still tight. This is engaged. Get deeper, taller. Pull the hands behind your head. One more time. Relax to the front. Keep the hips square again. Grip with the front foot. Let the pelvis come in the direction of that front heel. Try to get as much mobility as you can in there. Your knee should be able to come past your big toe for sure. Take a deep breath here. Okay, we're going to roll back into the hamstring stretch. All the way back here. Try to keep the hips square. Try to widen the toes and pull them back towards the knee. Deep breath in the chest. As we exhale, I'm pulling my hips backwards again. Driving the heel down into the ground. Open the hamstring. You should really feel this in your hamstring more than anything. Widen the toes, pull them back a little bit more. Pull the hips away from the heel. Another deep breath here. And now for the next moment when we come forward with the foot, you should be way better than I am, okay? This is going to be pathetic. Here we go. Reach forward with it. Summon a bitch. Put it down. Take a deep breath. And now push the pelvis straight down into the ground. Keep your foot from rotating outwards. Rotate it so it's square. Take another deep breath. Lengthen the hamstring again. Lock the knee out. Push the pelvis down. One more. Very nice. Bring it up to the front. Brace yourself. Oh, no, we went here first. Sorry. Okay, so we're going to squeeze in with that knee, and we're going to open up that hand. We're going to bow and arrow to the armpit. Deep breath here. Open the chest already. And now open up. Grip with the front foot. Open the hands wider. Open those hands. Extensors, work them. Take a deep breath, widen the chest. Exhale. Get longer on exhale. Push in harder with the knee. Grip the floor harder with your foot. Open the hands wider. Take another deep breath. Exhale. Come back down the same way you got into that position. And now we're going to come down to the ground, bracing our hand on the ground, and the right hand is on the right knee. I'm going to take a deep breath to elongate my spine. And again, I'm going to get that twist, bringing my belly button up to my knee, my chest up to the ceiling. Grip with the front foot, especially under the big toe. One more deep breath here. Bit more twist. Back to center. Back into this hamstring stretch one more time, but we're going to grab the foot and pull it back. And I'm getting a little bit lower here. If it's possible for you, find your range of motion here to get a little bit lower. Take one deep breath. Come up to the top. All right. Very nice. We're going to take a nice seated position here like so. And we're going to start to open up that scapula in this direction again. So again, when I see people doing this on the gym floor, and there's nothing wrong with what they're doing, they're just not getting as much out of your time as you could. I see people just kind of grabbing this and pulling this over here. And I guess there's a bit of a stretch between the tricep and the shoulder, but the more thoughtful you can be with this time, the better for you, especially the shoulders. So I'm going to hook it into my thumb right behind the elbow joint. There's a purpose behind that for me. I have the most torque without having to grip with this hand. So I'm going to take a deep breath and get tall. And then I'm going to just pull that straight arm across my body as much as I can. And this will feel very different from if you're just doing this. Okay, so open up that hand, the elbow's almost locked out, pull it across the body. Now while I'm doing this, I'm trying to let my shoulder blade move outwards as much as I can. I'm trying to feel that plate move this way as far as I can. I'm letting my rhomboids get a nice stretch here as well. So from the back, when I take that deep breath, on exhale, I'm really letting that rotate over. Okay, another deep breath. Pull it across one more time. And now I'm going to grip the back of my neck. Now I'm going to take a deep breath and twist from the hips. Open up that back. Open up the shoulder blade as much as you can. One more deep breath here. Come back to center. Open the hand again. And now we're going to rotate at the shoulder to bring the thumb down towards the ground. Take a deep breath. Rotate that thumb all the way down. I'm rotating at the shoulder, not the wrist. Rotate from the shoulder. It feels different. Okay? The elbow should rotate as well. Take a deep breath. Pull it across the body. Pull the thumb back up, rotating at the shoulder. Switch sides. Same protocol. Open it up a little bit. Should feel nice. Hook that thumb in. Take a deep breath. Get tall. Lots of deep breathing. Pull it across the body. Take another deep breath here. And now start to let the shoulder open up a little bit. Open that back plate of the shoulder blade. Open the hand, grip the back of the neck. Take another deep breath. And now let the body twist from the hips and really open up the back as well. One more time. Back to center, open up the hand, and again I'm rotating the humerus in the shoulder joint. I'm not just moving my wrist. Rotate it all the way down. Take a deep breath. Pull it across. Open up the hand a little wider. Will feel different in your shoulder as well. Rotate that thumb back up. We'll go one more time on this side for me. Down and back up and relax. Open that up. Oh, that feels better. Good. Okay, a very traditional one. We're going to interlock our fingers behind our back. And what I see a lot of people do again is they let their shoulders pronate forward and they're trying to stretch back here, which is basically just tugging on your rotator cuff in a kind of a nasty way. So what you want to do is you want to let your shoulder blades roll back first. So before I extend my hands, I'm going to open my chest. Okay, so everything's already open at this point. My shoulders are nice and far behind my chest. Take another deep breath, get taller. And then we're just going to extend back. Opening up the shoulders, the chest, the triceps. And this time we're going to look up and open our chest to the ceiling with one more deep breath. And let the hands come down. And now we're just going to push down into the wrists and open up the forearms a little bit while we keep our shoulders rolled back, not forward. Roll them back. Take a deep breath here. Stretch out the forearms and the shoulders. Rotate them all the way forward and rotate them all the way back. Open the chest. Open the back. Open the chest. Open the back. One more time. Open the chest. Relax. Shake it out. Okay. We're going to get back into our hips again. So we're going to get into basically what would be almost sitting in a chair if my chest was here. So these are about a 90-degree bend. And the purpose here is not to just do this. What I'm trying to do is when I come down, I'm actually trying to push my knee outwards and down towards that heel a little bit. I'm going to let my hips rotate for that, but I'm really trying to open up my hip flexors and the joint itself as well. Okay? My toes are pulled back again. We're just going to go back and forth about 10 times. 10. Take your time. Don't go fast. Don't go fast. 9. 8. Push down and out. 7. Push down towards the heel. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. 1. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to pull our toes back, getting back into the hamstrings, and again my focus here is to open my toes as wide as I can. You can see they're opening more than when I first started. Yours should be too. This really is beneficial to be able to control our toes, especially if you've plantar fasciitis or anything like that, or like if you've sprained your ankle. The more you can control your toes and stuff, the more you won't have those problems. You can get rid of them. You don't need to wear special orthotics and stuff. You can get rid of that by just getting in touch with your feet. Okay, so we're going to open up nice and wide. We're going to take a deep breath here. And I'm going to lead with my belly button. Come straight down. Keep the chest high. One more deep breath here. widen the toes, up to the top. Okay, from here we're going to flex our legs hard and rotate the femur inside the hip joint as much as we can. Your hip flexors may cramp here. Try to play around with it, fight through that if you can. So again, my feet are nice and flexed and I'm rotating from the hip flexors out as much as I can, pulling the toes back as hard as I can and widening them as much as I can. This shouldn't be a pleasant feeling. This should be quite uncomfortable for most of you. It is for me, for sure. Pull them back a little bit harder, push through the heels a little bit harder, and rotate out just a little bit more. Widen them. This is a great one if you're a drummer, which I am. This is great for control of the pedals and just further independence. Okay, from here I'm going to push through the ball of my foot and push down as far as I can, keeping the toes as wide as I can. Rotate out even further, flex the legs a bit harder again. Pretty miserable at this point, should be. In this position we're going to grip our toes as if we're gripping a branch here. Grip a branch, widen the toes. Grip a branch, widen the toes. Grip a branch, widen the toes. Two more. Grip a branch, widen the toes, grip, open, rotate back in that same position, leading through the ball of the foot. And now we're going to reach out with our toes. So I'm trying to make my extensors of my toes as long as possible and reach through them. Take a deep breath, get tall again. Open that up. Flex the legs, reach through the toes, widen them out as you reach through them. This should feel interesting in your calves to say the least. Widen them out, reach through them, get them wider, reach through those toes, and now 5 more times. Grip the branch in this position. Should be quite hard at this point. Grip, let go, grip, let go, grip, flex the legs harder, let go, grip, let go, grip. And one more time, hold hard. 5, 4, flex the legs harder. 3, 2, open the toes. We're not done yet. Pull it back. Keep the toes as wide as possible. Pull it back hard. Open, open, open. Flex the legs. 5 more grips here. 5, open. 4, open. 3, open. 2, open and widen. 1, open. Relax, just shake them out. You should feel that all through your extensors, the base of your foot, and in the ankle joint itself. And it should feel good. Okay guys, we're going to come out of this the way we went into it. We're going to do some staggered breathing, and we'll call it. The next mobility one that we do will probably focus a lot on forearms, fingers, because we didn't get into those today. We got into our feet. Okay. I'll snap it off. We'll go 5 and 3, 7 and 5, 10 and 7, but just 1 each. If you want to do this longer, this is a great breathing exercise. Take your time with it. Do as many cycles as you like. Here we go. 5. 3 out. All the way out. 2, 3, 5 in. 5. 3 out. I lied, we're going to do 2 each. 7 and 5, 7. 5 out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 7 in, one more time. 7. 2, 1, 5 out. 5. 10 and 7 in. 10. 7 out. Last time. 10. 4, 3, 2, 1. 7 out. Okay, everybody just relax, breathe normally, enjoy this experience, and we'll come back with some more mobility, but tomorrow we'll probably do a push-pull workout. It'll be back and push-ups mostly, but if we have some kind of resistance like the water bottles or anything like that that you have around the house, we'll get into some flies maybe and some interesting shoulder and chest tie-in exercises that we could do. Hope you all enjoyed this, and yeah, subscribe to the channel if you like it.